This is Sega Heroes. It is a sort of match kind of game mixed with a sort of turn-based style. So to start, we have the main menu here. There's the campaign. As you level up, you unlock new areas such as survival and the arena later on. We've got free chests that you occasionally get. You need to unlock characters kind of by getting points and stats over time. And you unlock them bit by bit. So to start, here's the roster. It's actually a fairly impressive list. So we've got a 32 roster at this current point. This is pre-launch, so they might add a little bit more. I got to check this out via test flight. So it should be representative of the full version, at least at launch. We may see more characters, like I mentioned. Coming into the experience, we'll have to see. So you find the characters by kind of unlocking the tokens, like I mentioned. You see 2 out of 10 here, 3 out of 50. And you can find more of the shards, I guess you could call them, instead of tokens, in the ultimate chests or in the kind of achievements you unlock. And there's a campaign progression too for unlocking the various characters. So we got franchises. We got like Shinobi, we got Sonic the Hedgehog, we got Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio. I know a lot of people are fans of that. Fantasy Star. So lots of different characters, Monkey Ball, Streets of Rage, you know, stuff like that. Lots of classic ones, well-known ones obviously being Sonic. And a number of characters too from each of the franchises. So you get some more, I want to say obscure, like Cream and Cheese is definitely obscure. Or the Bat character, don't even know her name, Rouge, yeah. I remember her from Sonic Adventure Battle, so that's where I know that character. So from there you've also got characters here, and you train them, you level them up as you get points, and you can find more shards to kind of further improve your character and sort of evolve them. So you're just building your team, and you're trying to, basically be more prepared for battle, and you can sort by color, power. Cool, eh? Here's the settings. Kind of see how you can change sounds and notifications, everything like that. There is an intro cinematic to this too. Here is the store. Everything is gem based. I like to show off the microtransactions. Keep in mind that this is Canadian pricing, just so you know. I feel it's an important part of mobile titles to really show off what you're kind of getting into cost-wise. And you get free chests every so often. Seems to be quite a lot of points, and you get a lot of cash when you're playing. Does it show how much it costs for, gems and everything? Cool. So that's the characters, that's the start thing. There's guilds, which I guess is still in development. And events at level 7, so you're going to see that in the future here. So they got a heroes. We're going to jump into the campaign. It's energy based. Number of levels that you play. There's different enemies you can see when you're going into a battle, and then you can fight them, and it costs your energy, as you can see in the top corner. And that's what keeps you coming back. Wow, I probably want to get... I can't remember if he dies all the time, or if... I can't remember if he's more useful. We'll drop her and we'll throw him into the team. Oh, I get it. Okay, so yeah. Totally forgot about this. Kind of go back to the roster list here. So there's different colors, and these colors match the type of gems that you're using when you're playing. I hope that kind of helps make sense to you. So you build your team based on the color coordination. And that way, when you're matching, you'll see in a sec here when we get here. So you see the different gems have different colors, and that kind of matches your players, and it gives them the full gem kind of ability, and then they're able to unleash what I'd consider to be perhaps an ultimate sort of skill. So you're matching the colors here. You're trying to get 4 for a special star for a bonus. And you can see that she's got the full kind of ability there and can do a quick strike. You can also focus on enemies that are a little bit tougher. You see like a level 2 here. A little bit more important, and you get the star skill, and you see how that's building your character's abilities and allows them to sort of unleash. And it's really just like a simple sort of matchup game. It's pretty easy going at the start, and then obviously it gets a little bit more difficult as you go along. Your characters can get stunned too, where they're not able to attack. It's kind of a key point here. I was hoping for a 4 chain with the yellow star there. So we've got kind of maxed up ability. So remember, we're going to use her because I'm trying to save it, because this is usually round based, so there'll be like multiple tiers of combat going on, conflict. So So it's not just like the first battle, you actually have to keep going. You can also sort of pause and play, and you can fast forward and kind of make things go a little bit quicker if you'd like to as well. Those options are present. But it's a pretty clean, easy to understand interface. I think the kind of artwork works well. The narrative is told through sort of side-by-side characters. So you get them on the screen, it'll be like a big Amy, and they'll have like a little bit of text that you can read. And that's sort of how they deliver the narrative-based content on this one. Because there's a little bit of a story, it has to do with like cloning and stuff, and that's, you know, basically the whole thing around it is that, ooh, that looks pretty cool, is there's like clones, and it's the Sega Heroes universe, and you get what I'm saying. It's just an excuse to get a bunch of the classic, well-loved characters all in one roster fighting with one another. But I mean, I think aesthetically they capture each of their individual games while still looking as though they're part of whatever universe this is. Like, you'll notice how the characters all kind of look different from their respective franchises, but they still have a certain cartoon kind of like light coloring to them that sort of makes them look like they all belong as a part of this. So you're seeing this is one of two, so this fight is this is a double-tiered fight here. So we move on to the next little battle. The backdrop's alright, they're nothing too insanely impressive, to be honest, but I mean, you're focusing on the gems and stuff, so that's what really matters. The UI is generally fine in this. I haven't had any problems. It's a fine game. I mean, there's a particular type of individual that plays these sort of games. I don't mind it. I think it's alright. You know, it's kind of fun. It's got some cool little particle effects going on, little battles. It's not something I spend a lot of time playing personally, but you know, checking out its review and everything like that, I think it's alright. Still given tutorial tips, eh? So obviously, if you didn't read that, you can kind of heal your characters by getting the colors matched as what they represent. See, she's green, so by matching green up, I would be able to sort of revive her, as to say. And they've got a lot of different like enemies that come into play, and yeah, it's so yeah, there's quite a bit of depth in here. A little bit of a recording hiccup there, so hopefully everything is good. But yeah, you can see my roster is kind of getting damaged, and by matching the colors that represent them, I'd actually be able to sort of bring them back into the fold. That's definitely a little bit tougher. Ooh. And by leveling up your characters and making them stronger, obviously they're going to be able to take more damage, and there'll be limitations because it is a mobile title. So here we're getting how the narrative is sort of presented. Cool, so we've got that, and again, the characters. We are finding additional sort of level up token. I don't know if we found any more compared to last time, but she's pretty close to the next star system. Star system. Make it sound so intense, but you get what I mean. So yeah, you're just building a roster of Sega heroes, you're matching items, and you're having a good time doing it, I guess? I don't know. It would be cooler if you could outright sort of buy the characters. I think that'd be nicer. It's sort of like a slow burn to work towards getting who you want in your roster. If you know what I mean, you kind of see that with the shard system and everything like that. Because I'd really like to have Sonic. And I'm not sure how much of a collection this is for everyone. I say that in the sense that like I know these older franchises, but I don't really care for them, so I don't know if they're targeting like maybe an older audience in regards to who's actually in this game roster-wise. I mean, everybody knows the Sonic, the main Sonic characters, like Amy and Sonic and Shadow. Everybody knows Shadow. But yeah, you get what I mean. I'm not too, because I don't think kids would really know Shinobi or Golden Axe. Speaking of Golden Axe, I was playing a ton of that at an arcade the other day. It was fantastic. And I've played it in the past, but there was something about playing it with like the old style, you know, arcade machine that was pretty cool. Get the attack going on this. So again, you're seeing the progression of the characters, the points, and it's a neat mix of characters that we're coming across here. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. From all the different franchises, and I assume over time they're gonna do like events, and they'll add in other characters. Ooh, he's not looking too good. That monkey ball guy is tough. He's pumped up. That's even worse. So yeah, you're seeing the limitations, and then obviously they're gonna have like a certain level of, you need to level up your characters in order to get to certain stages. And I was kind of hoping to show a little bit kind of prior to that point when I was doing this video, so you can kind of see that progression change, because there's usually a shift before like you're doing their tutorial type thing, and then it becomes you know, more difficult just after you've completed it. You know, it doesn't hold your hand anymore, so you're past that point of just having fun and getting into it, and actually you're into the experience at that point. All the mobile games do that. It's a pretty smart tactic. So you see my roster's basically dead here, so I'm probably gonna lose this. But it is fun to sort of match and level up the characters. See if we can bring anybody back into the fold. Ooh, stunned too, that's not good. This guy's barely holding on. I'm glad I added him to the roster though. So you can actually really look and sort of match up the skills. You're actually really seeing now the use of just having the yellow character, getting his gems used compared to other people. And I'm trying to match up here to get somebody back into the fold before we all die. No, we've lost. Oh no. So yeah, you can keep fighting, or you can level up your characters, which I can't do because I need to level up. Lots of different quests that you can collect points for. See, now I've leveled up. It's always good to do this, the achievements area, because then you're getting you know, basically points for your characters and your achievement points, and that's kind of, Sonic is really tied to those achievements that you're completing when you're playing. And now you can see the level system, and I can train her once and increase her damage and everything like that. You can also upgrade various attack points by collecting the coins and the collecting parts of the items. And you need certain hero levels to achieve certain things too, and you can just swap between the different characters to level them up quickly if you'd like to. And you see Earthshaker, I now have enough of this stuff found that I can upgrade it and increase his sort of gear skill level. Oh, they got the cat? I didn't notice big the cat. That's fun. So I hope that kind of shows off what Sega Heroes is all about, and now with my powered up team I could go in and I can battle in the next campaign and sort of really get going. You see there's a lot of zones present, so I'm assuming they're gonna, you know, give you a lot of gameplay out of that if you're able to actually battle through it all. And then they'll do events and they'll add new characters, and it'll be the typical sort of experience that you would expect from this kind of game. So I hope that shows this off pretty well.